Fishing the Wild West TV with Wes David is brought to you by Tracker Boats, Fish the Finest, Adventure Destinations. Book your trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destinations and Thompson's Resort. Big Chief Meat Snacks, big taste, big adventure. Along with Cam Clark Ford, the official vehicle of Fishing the Wild West TV.
Living a dream, fishing the streams, fishing the wild.
She's getting a little western on the deck. We just come off the water from fishing some crazy hot conditions. So hot that it took me back to last March when we were chasing monster pike in the province of Alberta and Saskatchewan. That's what we're doing this week on Fishing the Wild West TV. We've just got set up here. We're in southern Alberta fishing one of the many reservoirs. We're going to be targeting northern pike today. You might even get a shot at a walleye if one comes through. We got tip-ups over here, tip-up behind the cameraman, and we're just herring, frozen herring, underneath predator rigs, and we're just going to wait for them fish to come through. This week's episode, we should be able to show you some great footage on the aqua views, and hopefully some big northern pike will come through the ice. This flag just went off. You just pick it up nice and slow till you feel, there he is. Oh, and he was right beneath the ice. Just take your time, just keep, you don't have a drag, so you're doing it through your hands. These predator rigs, nice big herring on there. And he feels big, but it's hard to tell through the ice. We're only fishing about 6 feet. And we'll show you what we're doing and where we're and how we're doing it. This is a monster walleye. And I said at the open of the show, we could catch some big walleye that come through here. Northern pike fishing, and this is what you get in southern Alberta. So we just got him unhooked. This is under a predator rig with a big herring fishing for northern pike in the southern Alberta reservoirs. We'll get him back in. That's a beautiful, we didn't weigh him, didn't measure him. Just want to get him back in, keep him safe. It's longer than the hole. I can feel her. I don't want to let her go. That's a nice walleye. There she goes. She just had to get her head past. The ice is about that deep. And I had her down there and she couldn't see that she was free to go. That's a bonus walleye, northern pike fishing. There he is. We've been setting the hook a little bit early and missing quite a few fish. And that's why I made real sure that he had it before I set it on him. Make sure I feel him fighting back. And I got this one. And he ripped out a lot of line. Just keep it tight, just keep. Now you gotta watch, you just don't hang them up on the bottom of the ice hole. Geez, he might be at the other end of the lake. Ty and Mandy are over. They landed one just before this went off. There's right, I can see him at the bottom of the hole. Gotta get his head turned, pointed up. Looks like a good fish. Just trying to get his head pointed up the hole. Here we go. Whoa. That hook, he's just hooked by one. Got him. Get that out. Another great northern pike here in southern Alberta. Get him back in. We'll go for some bigger ones. Perfect. We're gonna set up, hopefully get another bite.
This segment has been brought to you by Rock Guard, protect your investment, and Power Pole, total boat control. Closed captioning is brought to you by Buzz Bomb Tackle, iconic sonic fishing lures, made in North America for over 50 years.
Ooh, this looks like a good fish. I haven't had a good look at him, but during the fight, I think his whole belly covered the bottom of the hole. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, my wife said. Where's those hooks? Oh, got my pliers here. Get that out. We'll have a look at them. It's only about 4 o'clock now, and we're hoping for the evening bite to turn on. And some of those big fish come in that we've been seeing on the AquaView.
This Gear Talk is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
So we're just going to show you what we're doing here. We've got Predator rigs onto 30-pound line, and then we're hooking it in here. But this is Ty's tip, and it's been working. He likes to, instead of that herring hanging in the water like this, he likes it upside down. Believes it's more of a dying or struggling herring, and it has made a big difference. So now when that fish is in there, he's hanging upside down like this, and that looks like a dying fish, and those pike and walleye are taking it. We haven't done a little experiment to hang one right upside down, because this has been working. And I think it's a good one. I think this is a fish we've been looking for. Just gotta, she's really heavy, but my line is on the bottom of the ice hole. Oh, really big fish. This is the one we're after. She's right here. I can see her at the bottom of the hole. If I can just get her head turned. There. This is a huge fish. If I can get this fish landed, this for sure will be my biggest pike through the ice. And this morning I landed my biggest walleye through the ice. And here's where you can get panicky. You get excited and you get going too fast, rubbing your line, pulling too hard and pulling it out of their mouth. You just got to take your time. And I know it's hard. Keep a tight line, just as if you were summer fishing. And I saw a flash of her. I can see her again. She only has one hook in her. Holy, this is a massive fish. This is by far my biggest fish through the ice. Now she's got her, did a gator roll. I got her tail first. Okay, we're just gonna take care of her first. I'm gonna want a picture, but I want to show her to you. This, I'm glad it's warm out, because we don't got to worry about the wind freezing her eyes. Jeez. I'm not gonna measure her I don't know what she weighs, but she's a lot of fish. And Ty and Mandy put us on a lot of fish here today, and this is the one we've been seeing on camera. Finally, she bit. Okay, we took a real quick picture. It's nice out, this fish is in good shape. I have no idea how big she is. Definitely a fish of a lifetime. 100% my biggest fish to the ice. Jump in here, Ty, Mandy. And it was our good friends that brought us out to their favorite spot, took us fishing. I can't beat that now. We're going to Saskatchewan. Thank you very much.
This segment has been brought to you by Hooked Magazine, hooked on fishing in the great outdoors, and Lucky Bug Lures. Get hooked on Lucky Bug Lures. This segment is brought to you by the City of Airdrie, big city amenities with that small town feel, and gill fishing, anywhere, all conditions.
This week, we are fishing with the University of Regina, who are studying the effects of catching and releasing northern pike, as well as tagging these freshwater predators. We got eight tip-ups out with different hooks on each one, and that's what we're doing here. Walk us through exactly what
so we'll have 8 tip-ups out. We have 4 different types of terminal tackle or hook type. We've got 3 quick strike rigs. These are the ones you'd walk into any bait store, they'd be on the shelf for winter pike fishing. So we've got a single treble hook rig, a double treble, and a triple treble. And so the difference there is really just the number of hooks, right? Okay. The bait that we have is 4 6-inch Cisco on 4 of the tip-ups, all exactly the same size. Only thing that varies there is the type of tackle. We've got exactly the same hook types on these 4 tip-ups here, but these are baited with hot dogs. Now, the 4th type of hook we have is something called a circle hook, right? And the circle hook is a different design. It's got that point that points back at the shank of the hook, and it's designed so that it only hooks in the jaw of the fish. It's not possible very often to deep hook the fish or to hook it somewhere
Even if they run with it, they
Even if they run with it, yeah. So the idea is actually that you let them swallow it down deep, and that when you pull the hook out, as the hook comes out of the fish's gullet, it turns the corner and hooks in the fish's jaw. So it's kind of counterintuitive. Most of the time we're trying to avoid deep hooking when you're dealing with a standard hook. But when you're dealing with a circle hook, you actually want the fish to take it in deeper so it can come out and get that placement in the jaw. So you'll see as we get some fish today that when the flags go up, we treat the quick strike rigs very differently than the circle hook. So yeah, I was telling you earlier, we put the quick back in quick strike. So we want to get right there and get the fish hooked up right away.
That's what we're doing on this segment, working with the University of Regina and just testing hook mortality, hook sets, and the health of the fish in general with Chris and some of his students. So she's just bringing it up here. Then we're going to go right to the trailer. We got a makeshift live well in there, and we're gonna let Chris and Jamie take us through step by step through the tagging program. Oh, this is a great pike. So right to the trailer we go.
Yep. So what we have here is a very common rig that you can buy for tip-up fishing, which has 2 treble hooks on it, right? So you can see the first treble hook is there, and the second treble hook is under the fish's chin. So in this case, I'm pretty lucky because I think I can work this out pretty easily, just with my fingers here, and the fish is free. Okay, so this is the quick strike rig. It's a little mangled up now after the fish has had its way with it, but 2 treble hooks that present the bait just in a horizontal kind of configuration there.
And this is very common.
This is by far the most common rig. Surveys that we've done in Saskatchewan suggest that about 70% of tip-up fishermen are using this particular type of rig. So very, very popular rig. So we'll throw that out there. So what I'm going to do next, and if you want to get a close-up on this, I can show you how these work. So these are the T-bar tags we're going to put on the fish. And if we zoom in on one or we look at one close, you can see it has a code on there. F3141 is the code. And it's got my email address on there as well. There's the tag placed in the fish. Got the dorsal fin. You can see the info there. Jamie, this is F3140. Okay.
Got a squeeze tail or
this
pinch
is a
tail?
natural tail position. So we got 80.5. And then I'm going to put her on the scale here. And we got 3,480 grams. And so she swam away really nice, Jamie. That's a 1 for release. So when we give the fish a release score, it ranges from 1 to 5. And 1 means
healthy.
Yeah, 1 means healthy, swam away without any kind of impairment. Really, really good looking fish. And in fact, that fish looked great in every way, starting from where the hooks were to the condition of the fish when we assessed it. So really, really good fish. Very happy to see that one.
That's my first ever experience with tagging northern pike. And like Chris and I were talking off camera, and Jamie, that pike don't get the respect that they deserve. Everybody holds up a big trophy pike with a big smile, but they're often a little bit rough on the small ones. All those trophy pike were once small, so take care of them. Any species, take care of them. And this is the work that's going into it, so Saskatchewan has an incredible fishery.
Fishing the Wild West TV will be right back. This segment is brought to you by Big Sky Flies and Jigs, tackle you can trust, and Tourism Saskatchewan. Start planning your visit today.
Jamie catches the biggest ones.
Yeah, and this is a hot dog, by the way. So.
All right. My new favorite presentation.
Head shakes. Well, that's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Come on, girl. That's a very nice one, Jamie. You do catch the biggest ones.
I do.
That's a great
good
fish.
Saskatchewan pike. Ready? It's out. 6 seconds. Tagging. So our tag number, Jamie, is F3143. And our length, 91.5. And our mass, 49.35. This is the circle, so.
This is the circle hook. So Chris, tell us a little bit. This is one of your main research targets here.
Absolutely. So the circle hook is designed so that it should only hook the fish in the corner of the jaw. It won't be able to deep hook it in other parts of the body. So we have to let the fish run with it a little bit longer and position it a little bit deeper so that it has that opportunity to come out and go around the corner into the fish's mouth. There we go. There he is.
All right, let's go.
There you go. So, oh, look at that. You see how easy the circle hook came out? So it's already out of the fish. So Jamie, our D-hook time was 1 second.
So show that up to.
So this is what the circle hook looks like. Let me get the little, or you can show it there, Wes.
So it's, I fish these obviously bigger, but very similar with catfish and on the Red River.
The big thing about the circle hook is that the point actually points directly back towards the shank of the hook. So it's a full circle 90 degrees back towards the shank. And what's important about this for tip-up fishing is this is what's called an inline or a non-offset circle hook. So if you look at it from this direction, you see that the point is directly in line with the shank. There's no offset there. And that's critical for this kind of fishing because the way that this is going to work is that as the bait actually comes from inside the fish and goes around the corner, it will pass around the corner that way and hook the fish on the corner of the mouth like that. And that's the only place it can catch on the fish with a non-offset or inline circle hook. So that was a 0 in the tub, Jamie. And the tag is F3144. We have, it's like 77. This is like a pretty fat fish. 3,410. It has no injuries and nothing else to report. It looks in great shape. Okay, here we go. And that is a 1, Jamie.
There's another tagged release northern pike that I don't know how, I can't remember how many you said, but there's another one added to the count for future. And a lot of what Chris is doing here, the money or funding comes from our tags, or buying our fishing licenses and other conservation projects that you go to or donate to. This is where your money's going for the future of not only this species, but multiple species and the different programs that are being done here in Saskatchewan and throughout North America. So that includes this segment here in southern Saskatchewan, my first time ever tagging northern pike with the University of Regina. Remember, anglers, when you purchase your fishing license, regardless of where you live within the country, this is a lot of what the money goes back to research, back to conservation, so that our kids, our future, is fishing. So the next time you're heading to Bass Pro or Cabela's to get all your needed gear next time you go out ice fishing, be sure to stop at your local grocery store as well. I've never caught a pike with a hot dog before. I wouldn't eat them, I guess they will.